Hello and welcome to Motivation Moves. Today, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Amaya. I'm in 12th grade and I am the CEO of Motivation Moves. Today, I would just like to brush upon a couple subjects to just introduce myself and get you familiar with what I plan to do with my brand. I came up with Motivation Moves in 9th grade. I know that's kind of like a little shocker because when I say it, people are like, why you didn't put it out? Why you didn't do this? Why you didn't do that? Well, to make something big, you have to start real small. And that's what I thought about and that's what I aimed for. Now, when I came up with Motivation Moves, it was a scary experience for me, just a little bit, because I was just given this idea because of a project. Now, as I spoke about in my previous video, it was a project by my teacher. It was basically she called it a genius hour. And from this genius hour project, I thought about it and I said, instead of just working on something that I'm not going to spend time on, why don't I just make my brand now? And when I was given this assignment, I thought about it and I said, this will help me a lot. Like, I mean, a lot, like so much. And from there, it took off. From there, I started thinking of ways that I can motivate people and motivate myself at the same time. I can work on myself and multitask just to help lives that don't really feel like they're worth saving, I guess. Who inspired me for my brand were, shockingly, my brother and my classmates / upperclassmen in my school. When I came into the school that I'm at right now, they just all had their mind made up about what they wanted to do and about what they wanted to do with their lives. And I was instantly inspired by that, because you rarely see young people already having their mind made up for what they plan to do. And I was like, you know what? I want to be just like that. So from there, let's go back to my brother. My brother has his own business and he owns a restaurant and he's very popular in certain areas. But what motivated me most about my brother is that he continued to keep going. It was more so a journey, watching rather a journey with him going full, and just watching him never give up and keeping it going, no matter who or what may stand in his way. He kept trying to succeed, and he did in my eyes, and I really love him for that. And most of all, the number one person that has inspired me is God. During my whole life, I had times where it was just low. Like, I had my lows. May not look like it, but I don't necessarily know how you can look like what you've been through. I had times where my head hung down, and times where I didn't know what to say, how to say it. I just walked around with an attitude because I was so confused in this world. But when I tell you that he actually found me and gave me a platform from a young age, because yes, I was younger and I didn't know what Motivation Moves was, but I always thought of myself as a little speaker, a little preacher, a little motivator, because I would be asked to preach at my church or give a couple words or MC, and that honestly formed the go-getter in me to continue going off where I'm at. And from there, I've been motivating myself a lot just by watching shows. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one who really realized that your shows and movies that you watch can most definitely influence you. Like, for example, it's movies about somebody who was always looked down on and to being the best at the end of the show. Like, half of the anime is mainly built off of that. And that's the anime that I look at. I don't necessarily look at shows or movies or anime that circle around negativity, because negativity does not have a place in motivation moves. Yes, we may feel negative for a second or maybe a minute, but that does not last. Negativity has no place in motivation books. We strive to be better, we strive to get past, and we strive to persevere. And where do I see motivation moves heading? In all honesty, I see motivation moves being a business, being a place of unity, being a place of, oh wow, is that motivation moves? Oh, I recognize that. I want somebody to recognize the message that I have on my shirt, or recognize the message that I'm giving out. Because 9 times out of 10, the message that I am giving was probably inspired to me by one of you. And I just want to be a brand that surrounds around every single all groups of people from different places, different cities, different towns, different upcomings, different structures of life, because I do know that we are all not the same. And I couldn't really think about, when I came up with motivation moves, to just stick to one category or stick to one group, because believe it or not, we all have different parts of ourselves. Whether you're quiet in others' company, but you're hyping your own, or you're quiet in your friend's company, but towards your family, you're a whole different person. I feel like that is so great, because I just want motivation moves to be a place for all, not just a place for me. And from there, I actually plan on going to college for fashion design and business management and or entrepreneurship, mainly because I feel like the more structure that I have, the better this can be for all of us. I will also continue on posting my videos and inspiring and continuing to keep that going. You'll probably see vlogs of days that I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to go ahead and take off, because I was always told closed mouths don't get fed. And what I always made up by myself is, if you stand still, you won't get anything done. And please remember, this is Motivation Moves, where we are made to inspire. And I also wanted to let you know that, surprise, surprise, Motivation Moves is coming out with merch. I am going to be launching my merch real soon, and I already have my ideas. Everything is in the motion. I just wanted to let you know, and I will be launching it soon. I'll make a whole video prioritized to my merch. And I also just want to share the basic mindset behind every product that I launch. I always thought about starting off with little stuff like bangles and bracelets. No, starting off with clothing. Because clothing is something that you hold on to for a long time. Bracelets, earrings, necklaces, you'll lose them in like a year. Yes, some people are known to hold on to certain things, but clothing is something that you can't ignore. It's there. Like, oh, look, she got a cross. I lost this cross I don't know how many times. Or, oh, look at her tights, or look at her pants. They're different. I thought about that and I was like, you know what? I am going to circle around this and make this mine. That's why if you paid attention a lot, my colors are purple, blue, and pink. Because those are the colors that just are invited to everything and they stand for a lot, especially to me. Pink stands for just preciousness and how the time that we use can be wasted if you don't pay attention to it. Blue is for nature, the sky, the things that we don't really pay attention to or the things that we ignore, but they're there and they're wonderful and beautifully made. Purple is honestly a personal thing to me. Purple, the color, it just means a lot, whether if you pay attention to it or not. Purple is pure. Purple is unique. Purple is different. Purple always stands out and make you feel better. And from there, I'm going to close out. And that is Motivation Moves You, where we inspire and continue to go along our track. Bye, guys.